Hey loves, today I'm going to be doing a get ready with me, and I'm going to take my stippling brush and put a little bit of suede foundation and then take a little bit of pearlizer and put a little dab on top of the brush. And then I'm just going to dab on my face and keep on dabbing until it's all mixed in. And it's so easy to work in. I love it. It's waterproof and it stays all day. And then once it sets, it actually, like you can't even see it anymore. It's almost like it just melts right into your face. So just keep working it around until it's all mixed in. And I like to dab because it's easier to work with and I feel like I get a better coverage. One of my absolute favorite products from Senegence is the Shadow Sense, and this is Candlelight. I like to use this one for covering up the dark circles under my eye, and then I'll put a little bit on my lids to prime it, and then just take either a brush, like a flat brush, and blend it in, or you can even use your finger. That's how easy it is to work with. I just love this one. It kind of just gives me like a blank canvas to go ahead and apply my shadow and then get rid of some of the dark circles that I have underneath my eye. And I usually do that. Sometimes I do it before my foundation and sometimes I do it after. There's no real right or wrong answer. And then I take a little bit of pearlizer, which is eye cream and pearlizer in one, and then I just dab that underneath my eye to brighten it and open up my eye. You can see the difference. One of the newer shadow scents I just got in and I haven't had a chance to use is Shimmer Copper Rose. It's a gorgeous color for fall. So I'm just going to dab some on my lids, and then I'm going to use a flat eyeshadow brush to just dab it in. So that way I keep the intensity of the color. I'm not going to really rub it around like blending it. I'm just going to kind of tap it in. And you'll keep the intensity. It takes about 30 to 45 seconds for the shadow to set. So if you want a more intense look, you can apply more color after it dries, because then that way you won't get, it won't crease. Okay, so one color that I use daily is Mocha Java. I like to use this on my eyes, and I'm just going to go ahead and dab just a tiny bit in the midsection of my eyelid. Then I'm going to take a blending brush and blend from the outer corner into my eye, like towards the center, and just keep blending and blending until that looks nice and mixed so that there's no harsh lines. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing on the other side, continue to blend, and then I'll go ahead and use a darker shade in my crease to create a nice fall look. So Smoke Topaz is a beautiful color to use for the crease. I'm going to go ahead and dab that right into the crease, just a few drops. And then I'm going to take another blending brush and go ahead and blend from the outer corner in as well, continually blending so that it all looks, there's no, again, thick, harsh lines anywhere, and just keep blending. And the thing that I love about these shadows is that they're so easy to use. I like to use Sandstone Pearl, another shadow sense, to highlight underneath my eyebrow, and I'll just dab a few dots underneath and take a blending brush and just basically kind of dab it in so that I'm highlighting the eyebrow, like right underneath the eyebrow, giving it a little shimmer. And I'll just do the other side as well. So I like to do this to prep my eyebrow area right before I add my eyebrows on. So next up, I'm going to use two of my shadow senses that I use also every day. I'm going to use Garnet and put just a little bit onto my palette. And then I'm going to take Onyx, which is another shadow sense, and put just a tad bit right next to it on the palette and use my angled eyebrow brush to go ahead and blend that right on the palette to get a nice mix shade that basically matches the ends of my hair. It's kind of like a reddish brown. And then I'm going to use that, and I'm just going to go ahead and start from the bottom of my eyebrow and kind of give it a shape by lining it. And then go back in and kind of fill it in. And to create more of a natural look, I'll go back in with the brush and just blend it out just to kind of give it a more natural look. And the good thing about using Garnet and Onyx is that my eyebrows last all day long. There's no, I don't have to worry about it getting smudged. And you can see the difference, what a difference it makes just by filling in your eyebrows. And then I'll go ahead and do it to the other side. Once again, lining the bottom to give it a shape. And it's so difficult to try and get them exactly the same, but I try my best. And then just go ahead and line the bottom and then start to fill in. And just kind of repeat and then use the other side of the brush to go ahead and brush it out. So it looks like I need to make it a little thicker. So I'll kind of fill it in more and use the brush. The brush really helps make it look a little more natural. So I'll just continue to brush it out until I get the desired look. And sometimes I do need to go back in and kind of get it as close as possible to the other eyebrow. One of my eyebrows is super thin compared to the other side. So to do my contour, I like to use Pearlizer with Garnet, and I mix that right on the palette and use kind of like a flat brush. And then I'll just dab it right in the crease of my cheek. I feel like it gets a more natural look if I dab. So I'll just dab that in and then put a little bit on my forehead. And using the Pearlizer with the Garnet, I feel like you don't get such harsh lines. So I like to use, it's kind of like the new thing that I've been doing, and it actually looks really nice in the natural light. So just keep kind of blending and dabbing it in. And it's got such a nice, pretty tone to it and shimmer. It's not too overboard. And then I'll put some underneath my chin and my jawline to kind of give it a little more shape to my face. So it's important to contour just to give your face some shape. And then if there's any that maybe I went a little overboard on the bottom, I'll just take the brush that I did the foundation with and just blend that out. And then next I'm going to use our blush scents. And I'm going to go ahead and just put some on my finger and dab it right on my cheeks. And you don't need very much. And then I'm going to take my blush brush and just go ahead and blend that in. And you have such a beautiful shade right on, and just kind of mix it in to make sure that you don't have too much in one area. It's really easy to blend. And you can even mix the shades to create a perfect color. Like if you think it's too pink, you can put, we have a brown tone as well. Next up, I'm going to use Pink Opal Shimmer to use as a highlight, and this is another shadow sense. And I'm just going to go ahead and dab that right above where I put blush, and then I'll put some a little on my nose, and then right above my lip, and use an angled brush to go ahead and blend that in. And it just gives it like just enough highlight. It's not too overboard, but it's just enough. And just keep blending that in. And then also on your nose, and then right above your lip. I'm telling you, I use Shadow Sense for like everything. I am in love with the shadows. They're just so amazing to work with. So I'm going to use the tip of the applicator to go ahead and put the Onyx Shadow Sense right on my eye to get the perfect line for my eyeliner. And I messed up just a little bit, but it's real easy to fix. So I'm just going to take a brush and just kind of wipe the area where it's sticking out too much and just wipe it down. So easy. I mean, it's not going to be all over my eye. So I'm going to go ahead and fix that. And you can see how easy it is to work with. I mean, so easy to create the perfect line. You don't even need a brush for it. And I'm going to do the other side. And this liner lasts like all day. I don't ever have to touch it up. I've even gone swimming with it on, and you know, in hot weather, and it just lasts. I just love it. Next up, I'm going to put Undersense with the waterproof mascara. And the Undersense is basically just getting my eyelashes stronger and building them up so that I can apply the waterproof mascara right over it. And you can even see right now just what a difference it is compared to my own lashes. Like how much it builds up the lash. It's crazy. And I even forgot to curl my lashes first. Next up, I'm going to take the waterproof mascara and just apply that. And the nice thing about the waterproof mascara is it doesn't get clumpy, and you can keep building up layer after layer without worrying that it's going to be all clumped up. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply to the top and bottom. And then if I feel like I need some more mascara, I'll just go ahead and let that dry, and then go ahead and apply another layer. And with this waterproof mascara, same thing. You know, you can go in the water and the hot weather and not have to worry about having black dripping down your face. I mean, it's insane. The product is amazing. And the nice thing too is it's in one applicator, so it's like one side is the Undersense and then the other side is the mascara, so you're not having to carry more than one product to get this effect. So I love it. It's easy to just throw it in your bag. So I'm going to go ahead and apply that to the other side, and then go ahead and apply the waterproof mascara again to the other side. And I like to you can kind of see how I'm starting from the base and kind of working it up. And just keep going back and forth until I feel like it's covered, because it's like a gray color with the underscent, so you have to make sure that you really cover up all of the underscent so that you don't have gray eyes or gray lashes. So next up, before I apply my Lipsense, I want to make sure that my lips are completely clean. It's important that there is nothing on your lips. You want to make sure that the last thing that touches your lips is water. So I'm going to go ahead and just clean off any excess foundation, blush, highlight, anything that could have gotten on my lips while I was doing my makeup. Then I'm going to go ahead and take my Lipsense, and you want to make sure that you shake it really well to get the formula all mixed in. And I'm going to go ahead and just continue to shake. Hazelnut is one of the colors that just came back and made it to the permanent line of lip colors. It's a gorgeous shade. You want to make sure that you apply 3 layers, and 3 thin layers at that. Don't try to put thick layers on, because you're going to get creasing, or your Lipsense may not last as long. I like to use the tip of the applicator to line my lip and then fill in. So again, doing thin layers. Then I'll do the same thing on the bottom, creating that perfect line and then fill in. And the cool thing is I don't even need to use a lip liner. You want to let the layer dry in between. Make sure it's completely dry. You don't want to layer and layer without letting the previous layer dry. I like to take the applicator and just rub it on the tube to get any excess off. And then I'll just go in and go ahead and put one more layer. And you don't want to go back and forth. You want to stay in one motion, because when you swipe back the opposite way, you're just picking up the color you just put down. It's important to get the water line as well. That helps with the longevity of Lipsense. Go ahead and let that second layer dry. And then you want to go in and apply the third layer. And you can layer the Lipsense. So you can use all 3 of the same shade or layer the colors how you please. Today I'm just going to be wearing 3 layers of Hazelnut, which is a gorgeous shade for the upcoming season. It's a good neutral to have in your makeup arsenal. So I'm going to let that dry. And you can fan it, or you can just let it sit for a few seconds. And there you go. Waterproof, kiss-proof lippy, up to 18 hours. So I just want to thank you for watching the video, and if there's anything that you need to order, my information is down below, and you can go ahead and just reach out. Thanks again.